Now, there are not many downsides to PC gaming, but one definite downside is that every publisher thinks they can have their own stupid launch platform to have their games exclusively there, suck up your data and collect it, and basically avoid the fees that Steam is charging, and with that making the consumer's life more hard because you need to launch 15 different platforms in order to start the game that you bought. And it annoyed me ever since this idea was conceived. However, there are different justifications for different platforms. I hate them all, let's be honest. I want everything on Steam, and I understand, healthy competition and all that. I get it. But different platforms have different justifications to exist. For example, Battle.net, right? They have Call of Duty, they have Diablo, they have Overwatch. As much as I hate it, but those brands in a way are strong enough to justify their own platform. Then there's the Epic Games Store. They have free games and they have Fortnite. Okay, so I guess that's enough for people to go there every now and then and click themselves a free game into the library. Then there's Xbox, the Xbox platform on PC, and they have Game Pass. Okay, so that's a reason to use Xbox. I mean, I would be much happier if Game Pass would just be on Steam, but I understand, in a way it justifies its existence. Also, Microsoft just has crazy money, so these platforms have some kind of justification. But some other platforms that have less justification have realized in recent years that it makes no sense to run games on your own platform exclusively. Like, for example, EA Origin. Okay, EA Origin has given up. Most of their games from EA went back to Steam and are now available on Steam again. So it was a clear move of them giving up their own platform. You still have this micro client within Steam that then opens Origin, so they don't look like complete losers and a complete failure in their decision making. But even I have played a few EA games recently. I haven't opened Origin separately as a separate client for a long time. The same as Bethesda Launcher, right? Bethesda thought they can have their own launcher and they're big enough and their games are popular enough so people will come to our launcher. We don't need to pay the fees to Steam. No, nobody wants it. Nobody wants your stupid launcher. Bring them to Steam or you're going to have low player numbers. Very simple. So they given up. For some time, they had like a kind of shady deal with Epic Games. Some of their titles were only released on Epic Games, but now they're slowly coming back to Steam and they're just showing that they understand that people want their games to be on Steam. And if you want to have higher player numbers, you need to be on Steam. It's as simple as that. But the last platform that has no reason to exist, but still thinks they can somehow hold the fort and have their games exclusive on their platform and not go to Steam is Ubisoft. Okay? Ubisoft Connect, previously Uplay, the platform was so successful that they even had to rebrand the name, still think they're cool enough to not be on Steam. They did sell their soul to Epic as well, so a lot of their games are only on Epic, like for example Division 2, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Watch Dogs Legion, Riders Republic, Far Cry 6. Okay, all these games exclusive on Ubisoft Connect and Epic Games Store. But just 2 days ago, we got an indicator that now Ubisoft may be caving in as well. We got this tweet from Paul Jules, I'm not even going to try to read that name out. And it says, and a few more people tweeted as well, Ubisoft Connect PC Client was added to Steam's default package. If we look at the page, you can see kind of the contents of the package, and indeed it says added depot Ubisoft Connect PC Client content. And some people already came forward and said, no, hold on. This is just some kind of update to Blood Dragon, and that's all it is. And there's no reason to lose your mind about this, and they're not going back to Steam. But I think there are a few indicators that may underline that there might be some truth to this rumor. Now let's take a look at Ubisoft's situation. The previous Ubisoft games that came out in recent time were not exactly amazingly received, okay? If we look at Ghost Recon Breakpoint, absolute disaster. If we look at Ghost Recon Flatline, which you probably haven't even heard about, it's their take on a Battle Royale game. The beta has just been pushed back because they're not sure and it's all a big mess. All of their games, the ones I listed before, are just on their platform that nobody uses. And by the way, just let me open it. Let me open it right now. You know what? Let me go to Ubisoft Connect. By the way, the icon is still called Uplay. Okay, that hasn't updated, but let me just bring it up. Let's take a look at my library in Ubisoft Connect. We'll load... Dang. Every freaking time you open this platform, you have to put in your password. I mean, how careless can you be when it comes to creating a seamless experience for your users? This has been going on, since it was called since this platform was conceived, this is going on. Ubisoft is not able to create a platform that just remembers that I'm on the same machine and that I've typed in my password about 20 times and that I just want to log in. If it happens once a year, please put in your password. Okay, I can live with it. But it happens every freaking time. So that's the platform that they are on, that nobody wants to use because of barriers like that. and on the Epic Game Store that nobody really uses like Steam. Because people don't have their credit cards put in, and basically people just go to the Epic Game Store either to play Fortnite or to click free games into their library that they never play. They have a huge user base, obviously, because they give free games away every week, but it's not that people hang out on the Epic Game Store, right? And that it's like the great platform to generate a giant user base. So being on those two platforms, Ubisoft Connect and Epic Game Store, basically means two things. You have lower player numbers, at least when compared to Steam. And we can take a quick look at the active Steam user base, okay? And that will answer all doubts about that. And it automatically means less sales, okay? You're selling less if you're just on those two platforms when compared to Steam. EA understood it with Origin, Bethesda understood it with their launcher, and now maybe Ubisoft understood it as well. At least there's a slight chance. And again, considering like their recent failures, right? Breakpoint, like Flatline, that's not even out, but like people hated the trailer. Nobody wanted to see the trailer. Like Riders Republic, Steep 2. Sounds like an interesting game. It launched. Did you hear that it launched? I heard it in a podcast, but I never saw it on some storefront that I wanted to buy it and actually dive into it. These games just come and go. They're completely losing the impact of any game that they launch because they're restricting them to those two ridiculous platforms. So I think Ubisoft games could absolutely use a boost in player numbers, and on the back of that, a boost in sales as well. And if you're on Steam, you're obviously selling a lot. Another point is that in a recent investor meeting, Ubisoft mentioned that they are now embracing the free-to-play model. They want to bring more games on like a free-to-play platform, and then you can have microtransactions, buy your little suits or cars or bikes or whatever it is inside the game. Now, if you're on Steam, you have a huge user base. Everybody's going to be on your game for free, and you're probably going to be able to create a significant revenue just from microtransactions. If you're on the other two platforms, you probably won't. This could also indicate, if they're really coming back to Steam, that they have a certain interest on being on Steam Deck, being on the platform when Steam Deck launches, maybe re-releasing some of their old games. Rainbow Six Vegas 2 Remastered, exclusive for Steam Deck, or at least also on Steam Deck. So there's a lot of potential there to tick some of the boxes that Ubisoft has been struggling with for quite some time now. So beyond their Ubisoft Connect PC Client being now added to Steam's default package, which is an indicator, I think there are other indicators that seem to point into the direction that Ubisoft may be considering to go back to Steam. At least I feel this way, and I hope this way. Not that I'm particularly excited about playing any of these new Ubisoft games, but if they're on Steam and they're on sale and I can see, I don't know, Far Cry 6 for $15 and I get my friend to play it with me and we do have a bit of a co-op experience for a few hours, I don't mind that, okay? But I'm not gonna go to the freaking Epic Store or to Ubisoft Connect and then also ask my friend to do the same. I feel disgusted as I talk about this because it's disgusting. Only to get some co-op. Nobody's doing this, okay? Nobody wants that. So I think there are loads of indicators that may point to the direction of this rumor being true, but I want to know what you think. Do you think there's a chance of Ubisoft finally waking up, embracing Steam, paying the fees and going back to the platform? Or do you think they are tied up in some kind of contract with Epic Game Store and they'll never be let go because they sold their soul and basically their games are jailed up for the rest of Ubisoft's existence? Or do you think Ubisoft just doesn't care? All right, any of your thoughts, please leave them down in the comment section below. I'd be very curious to hear them. And again, I'm not particularly excited to get the Ubisoft games over, but I am excited of all these platforms dissolving, okay, and going away. Because it is really one of the big cancers of PC gaming, having all these really annoying launch platforms. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button. You can also subscribe to the channel for more. The button is down there. Hit the bell so you get notified when uploading a new video. I'll do a bit more live streaming in the near future. I know a few of you guys out there are waiting for that. So I hope to see you in one of my future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'm out. Bye.